4 types of leaders I've experienced in the oil patch. I'm going to start with the absolute worst, and that is your narcissistic leader. Now, this person is pure cancer to your team. Now, he might know what he's doing. He might know how to complete a task, and he could be charming. But here's where the problem is. When the crew does good, he takes all the credit. He does the I did such a great job, me. Nothing could happen without me, and I'm the greatest. But here's the problem. When things go bad, it's everyone else's fault. And he is incapable of accepting responsibility for his bad decision making. And what he does is he throws people under the bus. And because in his mind he can't accept accountability for his bad decision making, he blames it on everyone else. Another thing that I noticed working with the narcissistic leader is when the big wigs or the owners are around, what he'll do is he'll pretend he's one of the boys and work in the muck. But when no one's around, you can't find him. What he is he's a professional actor and an absolute phony. The qualities of a narcissistic leader are dangerous because he's poison for morale. He tears people down to make himself feel better by using manipulation and gaslighting. The next bad leader I've seen is a guy who has a tremendous amount of experience, has been with the company for a long time, and that's the reason why he's in his position. But here's the problem. He's not a leader. He doesn't want to be a leader. And he might like leadership money, but he doesn't like his role. Now, the guy's a good hand and he'd be in way better position if he was a lieutenant or second in command. But the reason why he's a bad leader is he doesn't make decisions. He doesn't give good directions to people, and he doesn't reprimand bad behavior. Now, when I work for crews like this, you can really see that the work here is sloppy. It lacks discipline. Machinery doesn't get fixed properly. And everything is just half-assed. And you can feel a real lack of pride in this environment. Because people can get away with bad behavior, no one demands a higher standard, and the people give poor effort, and it shows on sight. Now on to the good leadership. Now, I have met some great leaders out there. Now, one of the great leadership styles I've seen is that of authority. Now, the way these guys run the show is through a chain of command. Everyone knows their role, and no one knows how to do their role, and is held to a standard of completing that role to perfection. Now, for the leader, he only does his role. He doesn't do muck work. He doesn't work with the boys. He doesn't talk much to the guys at the bottom of the hierarchy. What he does is he gives direction, and that is passed down the chain of command. Now, me, personally, I really like working for leaders like this. It's organized, and there's an absolute direction to what needs to be accomplished. You know your role, and things move like clockwork. Another thing I really like is you move up the hierarchy when you're worthy. That means when the leader thinks you can handle more responsibility, he will move you up. And that being said, if you make mistakes, you're held accountable and you can be demoted just as quickly. With this leader, he gives direct direction. But I've worked on crews like this. The only thing I can say is they can get a little rigid, but things are kept tight, clean, and well maintained, and that makes for a low stress environment. Hands down, my favorite leader is a leader that leads from the front. They're rare, but when I get one, it brings the best out of me. Now, with this leader, he leads from the front. He's your Napoleon or Alexander the Great. He commands, he gives good direction, and he communicates well. But the difference is, when there's a problem, he's right beside you. He's in the muck work, whether it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 3 o'clock in the morning, he's there. He'll be wedged under the rig, getting covered with hydraulic oil, -40, wrenching, leading at the front. And what this does is it sets the standard. See, when I see my tool push under the rig with me suffering, what happens to me is I want to do the best for him. He doesn't need to be there. It's not his job. Though, through his actions, he's setting a very high standard. And I found myself working harder because of it. But what it really is, he's helped me with a shitty task in the cold, and we're building bonds. And I want to reciprocate by working harder, by making the rig look better, and making him look better, so his life is easier. Now, these are my experiences in the oil patch, with years of observation of a multitude of different leaders. Tell me what kind of leaders you've experienced. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and check out this next video.